Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of Sound Family Dwelling. I'm your co-host, Chris Angel, and I'm here with your host, Mark Jacobson, and our guest. Welcome back, Sean Reed. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Yes, it's another awesome episode. I think I'm excited about this one because of the loan product, Sean, that you get to talk to us about. This is pretty unheard of in maybe a decade. Like, we haven't had these kinds of loan programs in a long time, so I'm excited to hear what this is. And I mean, Mark, maybe introduce us to this, why this is important, this kind of a loan program.
Well, Sean was telling me about this program not too long ago, and I thought, whoa, that's great. I was pretty excited about it. Where people in Sean and I both work in the state of Washington, and I primarily deal in the Puget Sound region, and Sean deals all over. But in the King and Snohomish and Pierce counties, which are right on the Puget Sound, where Tacoma, Seattle, and Everett are the three main cities there. Anyway, in those counties, it's possible for buyers to buy a home with 1% down, and quite possible for 0 down. We haven't seen that type of thing in quite a while. Yeah. And so he was telling me about it, and I thought, man, we need to let people know about this. This is pretty cool. So we had Sean on a few weeks ago for a couple of episodes, and I thought, let's have him back. Yeah. And he can tell us about, this program. This may be time sensitive episode. If this program does go away, we'll make an adjustment, I suppose. But for the time being, it's alive and well. So anyway, Sean.
Yeah, Sean. Tell us. I think maybe Sean, wanted to say this too about the program, because Pierce County, Mark, you can speak to this, but Pierce County has, or the whole Western Washington appreciation of real estate has been crazy in the last couple of years because of low supply, multiple offers with escalation clauses. People are paying more and more and more. And so people who used to be able to afford a house can't afford a house anymore because the down payment's just too much. But with a program like this, people now can get back in the game. And is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a huge game changer. So there's all different kinds of buyers in the market. There's buyers that have 20 or 30% down, but there's a lot of buyers that are first-time buyers, or buyers that are second-time buyers but don't have a lot of equity or money for whatever reason. And this is that kind of a loan. And typically when we talk about a low down payment type of loan, we're talking about a government loan, either FHA or VA, or we're talking about a Washington State Housing Finance Commission type loan. And while all of those are great, they all serve their purposes, they all have significant costs associated with them. And so one of the great things about this loan is not only is it a low down payment, but it is also a lower cost loan to the borrower, and significantly so. And so what I'll do as we go through this in a little bit, I'll compare this with a VA loan, which has been my favorite loan for the last decade or longer.
Okay.
It's just a great loan for veterans. But this loan is actually arguably better, and it's open to people, anybody that qualifies. Wow. So there are probably many cases going forward where I'll look at a VA situation and and I'll recommend this over the VA loan.
Does this have a name? So
it's called the loan. Well, let me back up. So the purchase loan is actually a 2-loan part. So there's a first loan that is 97% loan to value, and then there's a second loan that is a 2% loan to value, and then the home buyer, the borrower, would bring in 1%, which could be a gift from a family member.
That's how it's. That's how it would be a 0 down.
That's how it would be a 0 down. Yes, exactly. So here's the cool thing is that the 97%, usually when you have a low down payment loan, VA, FHA, conventional, Home Possible, Washington State Home Advantage, whatever type of low down product, you're going to have mortgage insurance. And as there's a quick reaction from everybody, oh, I don't want to pay mortgage insurance. And who does? Because mortgage insurance is insurance for the lender in case you default. And so it's something that works to your advantage because it allows you to put a low down payment, but it costs you. And in many cases, it can cost you a lot. The lower amount that you put down, the more it costs. It's a risk-based insurance. Kind of like car insurance. If you've had multiple accidents or DUIs, you're going to have a higher level insurance. Well, in this case, you're putting a very little amount down. The insurance is going to cost because that's a higher risk than somebody that's putting 10 or 15 or 20% down. Well, this loan, the 97% loan, the first lien, it's called a GROW is the name of it, Chris. This loan does not have mortgage insurance on it. So you start off saving right there.
Yep.
And then the second loan has no interest and no payment. And if the borrowers make on-time payments for 3 years, it's forgiven.
Wow.
So theoretically, you could have 2% of the loan wiped out in 3 years.
Wow.
Just some quick numbers here as a comparison. If we had a $300,000 purchase, that means we're going to take $6,000 and simply forgive it.
Wow.
Now compare that to a VA loan that's 100% financing. If you have a first-time user on a VA loan, you have an upfront VA cost that goes to the Veterans Department of 2.13%. So we'll just round that to 2%. So that means on that same $300,000 purchase, if you're using a VA loan, it's going to add an additional $6,000 to the top of that loan. So if you're purchasing with VA and you have a $300,000 purchase, when all is said and done, that second month in, that when you start to make your payment, you're going to have a $306,000 mortgage. The opposite happens with this, so to speak, because you start off with a $6,000 loan that has no interest payment, has no interest, no payment, and is forgiven after 3 years. So what that does is, compared to a VA loan, you have a $12,000 spread approximately. Now, this is going to have a slightly higher interest rate, but you've got a $12,000 spread right off the beginning that is better for the borrowers. And then, like a VA loan, there's no mortgage insurance. So it's extremely competitive against the VA loan. And then it's not even the same league as Washington State Housing Finance or an FHA or some of the other low down products. It's just way ahead.
It's amazing. Hey, Sean, is there a name for that second loan?
Yeah. Daisy. So it's Grow and Daisy. It's
That's
based
really
on
clever.
Plants, yeah.
Grow your daisies, basically.
Yeah.
Grow daisies.
The Grow Your Daisies loan.
I like it.
Yeah, right next to your white picket fence, right?
Yeah, I mean, daisies, they keep coming. So
I think you've done a great job so far, Sean, of explaining it's super clear what you just said, which I love, because sometimes mortgage talk flies over my head. But then the second thing is well, now everybody would want this. So is this for a certain group of people? Is it for everybody? Like, how do you do it?
Yeah, there's definitely some limitations, and that's where the weeding out comes. So one of the big limitations is because this is a low down payment program, they don't want defaults, right? This is a portfolio loan product, meaning that the bank is keeping the loan. They're going to hold on to it. They expect to make money back over a long period of time of this loan being held, and so they don't want somebody to default or foreclose. They would lose significant money doing that. So the catch there is it's good credit, right? So bankruptcies and foreclosures, 680 credit score and above, which isn't necessarily super good credit, it's decent credit, B score. Sure. And they want 3 trade lines or 3 car loans, credit cards, student loans, whatever, to be at least 36 months. And
that you've paid 36 months? You have a history of 36 months of paying?
Yeah, 3 trade lines open for 36 months. They don't all have to be open currently, but have to have good history for 36 months.
They just want to see you're going back about 3 years or more with having at least 3 trade lines that you've that you've paid on time with. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's for good, decent credit. It's not, if somebody has had a bankruptcy 3 years ago, we're going to be talking FHA in that case. This is for people that have done well. So.
Can they do, is there like an income restriction on that, or any kind of income, or what?
Yeah, there's an income restriction, although for the loan, it almost isn't an income restriction, meaning that the income for King County and Snohomish County is $165,000 per year for the total income for the family. And realistically, if somebody is making $165,000 plus per year, they're probably going to, or should have, more than 1% to put down. So this is targeted at a certain price point, certain economic point.
So that you're saying that the income for this Grow Your Daisies loan is 165 and more, or it's under 165, under $165,000 in household income?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Under 165. Yep.
Got it.
So good credit. That's not even moderate income. That's higher than moderate income, but
yeah.
So good credit under 165,000. Yeah, and then it's also geographically limited to King, Pierce, and Snohomish counties. So in Snohomish County, the income limit is 119.
Okay.
So 119 or not Snohomish, and Pierce County, excuse me, is 119, and then King and Snohomish, it's 165.
Okay. Hey, Sean, back to the when you're talking about bankruptcies and foreclosures, what if that happened to the person, 10, 15 years ago? Is there a certain point where they go, okay, that's really in your past now and that's not to worry about?
So here's how that works. On the application, and this is standard government applications, there are a place where there's a question mark that says, have you had a foreclosure, have you had a bankruptcy in the last 7 years? So if you check that, they're going to know that, and it's not going to work. If you don't check that and it's not brought up and it's not documented anywhere, then they probably won't know, and then it's not going to be an issue. But if you have documentation that creeps into the loan file, or they find out somehow, then yeah, it's probably not going to work.
Okay.
They want really solid borrowers that have not done those things.
So even if your bankruptcy was 12 years ago, if it shows up on your credit report,
yeah, then it's not going to work.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
So in other words, as with anything else, you should still apply for it even if you're thinking that might be an issue, because if the lender, if Sean runs your credit and it doesn't show up on your credit, and it truly was 12, 15 years ago, then it probably won't be an issue.
Well, and so even if it is, here's how I like to look at it. My dad used to say, shoot for the moon, and then you get anything that's less, right? So yeah. If you could start off and go straight to FHA or straight to one of these other items that are other loan programs that are higher priced and higher cost. But if you start off with this and you don't make it, you can default back to those and you still have a loan.
Yeah.
If you don't at least try for this, then you'll never know, right? You never know if this was an option or not. And so why not take the opportunity to at least try?
Sure.
Yeah. So good. Are there any other things, Sean, that you feel like we need to know about this product or this process? Because it feels like it's a good time to invite people to talk to you, but if you have anything else that you think is important.
Yeah, it's also, there's a maximum loan amount of $453 for King, Pierce, and Snohomish County.
Got it.
That is raising. The conforming loan limit is increasing to $483. Actually, just did Monday. So this product will follow suit probably January 1st. So the loan limit will be $483. And then this will work for a duplex as well. It doesn't work for a triplex or a fourplex like FHA does, but it does work for duplex. And so
I saw that.
Yeah, and so this is, and we've talked about multifamily property before. So if you're looking to buy a multifamily and have somebody pay half of your mortgage per month, well, not only can you do this with 1% down for a duplex, but then you don't have mortgage insurance, right? I mean, we're
That's
talking,
incredible.
yeah, this is just it's an incredible opportunity. It
Well,
really,
that's amazing. So, and I'm reading here that for a duplex, it's the purchase price or the loan amount is higher,
yes,
up to 580
yeah.
right
And
now.
that's the current, so that will also go up January 1. I'm guessing that'll go up to over 600,000 as of January.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow, that's
amazing.
awesome.
that's
Yeah.
not going to be a duplex in Bellevue, right? A duplex in Bellevue is probably starts at $1 million or whatever, but certainly down as an example in Auburn or Kent, yeah, absolutely, that would work.
Yeah, and Tacoma, easy.
Tacoma,
Everett, easy.
yeah,
A lot of places actually in Snohomish County
Wow.
yeah,
and Pierce County, you're gonna.
Does it need to be owner occupied, the duplex?
yep, it does.
Okay. Got it.
So you live in, which for those who don't know what that means you live in one side and your renter lives in the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have to occupy both sides, but you
No.
do have to occupy one of the units.
Correct.
And
Yep.
yeah.
Got
And
it.
then of course for a single family home, you have to live in it. This is not an
Correct.
investor loan
Correct. Yep.
for a single family.
Yeah. All right. Good.
And this is
Wow.
awesome.
Wow. Seriously, this is incredible. Love it. That's super smart. Whoever created the Grow Your Daisies loan is incredible.
Yeah.
That's
And a
good, Mark.
farmer.
I think you should trademark that, Mark, and pass that on to them. You're like, hey, you guys should
Yeah.
call this the Grow Your Daisies Fund.
That's right.
I really like that. Well, Sean, this is really good. If people want to reach out to you and learn more about this loan product, where can they reach you?
Sean Reed Loans at gmail.com, seanreedloans.com, or
Perfect.
my phone number 206-229-7326.
Got it. Awesome. Really good. Thanks for bringing this to us. Mark, if people want to reach out to you because they want to have a house that goes along with this loan, where can people reach you?
Well, they can reach me at soundfamilydwelling@gmail.com or seattlehomes2010@gmail.com. And I'm very excited to announce that I've got a new website now for Sound Family Dwelling, and it is soundfamilydwelling.com. So
Awesome.
you can go there and get a lot of information about buying or selling a home. And, I might even look to put a little blurb about this program on there too. So
I love it. Yeah, that's really good. Awesome. Soundfamilydwelling.com. Great. Well, gentlemen, thank you for a great episode. Until next time, Mark and Sean, see ya.
all right. Thanks, Chris. Thank you, Sean.